Okay, now that we're done rocking out. Okay, you guys, I'm fixing to walk in here and grab my staff so they can all hear this because it is pertinent information that I need the troops to hear. First of all, I need to know, what is it that you're listening to? Also, how does it feel to be on your knees for hundreds of people to watch? You want to... I'm just saying.
I'm listening to Snapchat.
I see. So I have questions. What's your girlfriend going to say whenever we text her and we're like, yeah, Tyler, he just be coming to my house getting on his knees for everybody. It's about like when Jess sent you money for Crazy Legs. From now on, when I send him Farrier money, I'm going to be like, for getting up underneath that booty. Okay, Elizabeth, Jess. I will go see your tack room as soon as I find Jess. All right, you guys. So we're fixing to have like a fucking little powwow.
What's a powwow?
Powwow is probably, I mean, it's like where Native Americans like get around and like,
Cool, fuck yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, like so my dad's mom was a Creek Indian. And I don't really know, like I should know more about them.
You're really pretty.
I look really pretty. I feel like...
You look hot, boss.
I feel like I didn't get any fucking sleep last night. So I put on makeup so nobody can tell that this is a sleepless bitch.
Me and Dad have both been up since 2 in the morning.
She told me.
She
Yeah, it's just the moon cycles and where Mercury is.
I'm glad we were up, though.
Yeah, me too. Just gotta... back that. Okay, sorry. Jess! Jess! Just panic voice and initiate panic mode. So see how there's...
No, she's gonna hit the fence.
It's okay. Come here! I need you! Okay, so we're going to have a powwow, my staff and I, real quick, so we can discuss what's going on with Facebook, because it's kind of a big deal, and I need for everybody, including my loyal following, to understand. All right.
We're having a powwow.
Kill the truck. Come along. Okay. Okay. All right, so basically I need for you two to hear the contents of this video while I say it live so that we're all on the same page.
Get off me, bear, please.
So my Facebook business page, which is JT Livestock Co., is currently shadow banned. Do you know what that means?
No, elaborate. We're being pushed where people aren't.
You can't see us.
Yeah.
So basically Facebook, I've taken about 80 Facebook marketing classes. And when I was going to them, it's because I was trying to just produce better content. But there would be people that had like 1.1 million followers that had like blown up on social media. And then now all of a sudden they have like 10 people like their post. Like 10 people like their post. So they were trying to figure out like why they weren't getting any engagement. And it's because Facebook thinks it's God. It thinks it's God. And Facebook is designed for people to get on social media and mindlessly scroll their newsfeed. Facebook was never designed for people to develop a loyal following. Well, in 2016, Facebook started branding the Creator Studio because they started to realize that some people had a loyal following. They wanted to monetize and capitalize on this. So they want to capitalize on my creation. So they've commercialized all of my videos to where they sell commercial ads during some of my videos, especially on replay. They make a little kickback from my subscription group. Because here's the thing, creators take up a lot of broadband width. Make sense? So creators take up a lot of broadband width. We take up a lot of live video time. So Facebook's trying to figure out like how can we make money off of this, because these people take up makeup artists, gamers, taking up hours of streaming time. Facebook might be free to me and you, but it's not free. Like somebody's paying for that. So how does Facebook make money? They sell ads. Well, who sees the ads? Well, as you're scrolling through your news feed, you'll notice that it's like somebody you know, somebody you don't know that well, a random like thing you followed, and then an ad. Just a strategically placed ad. Every 3 to 5 posts is a strategically, right? Go on your Facebook, look.
I mean, these are pages that...
Okay, is this your Facebook wall? Yep. So this is Jess's wall. There's nothing on here that'll, like, you know. right?
Yeah, might as well get on
Like
mine,
this.
not mine.
Then it's like, more together, like suggestions. And so, I don't know what I clicked, but me. So reels, so basically it's a lot of my stuff because is this your Facebook wall, like where you've shared stuff, or this is, oh no. So there's an ad, So Facebook wants to strategically place these ads. Well, another way they make revenue is by strategically placing ads throughout my videos. Some of you will see an ad below this one that'll be for something. Like you'll click on this video, there'll be a little panel that's like a written ad. So after you've had a creator account for a while, Facebook says, okay, we've had you in the algorithm, but we're going to shadow ban you because we want to see, we've given you the opportunity to build a loyal following. Did you do it? Do you have a loyal following who want to venture off of their Facebook newsfeed and find you? And we're also going to put anybody we think that's your competition in their newsfeed for them to follow them instead. Surprise, shorty! It's the Hunger Games! That's how I feel, right? I feel that way. I'm like, I woke up to the fucking Hunger Games! Like, Unicorn Tribe.
Fucking fighting words right now.
Unicorn Tribe. In case y'all are wondering, no, I'm not the only fucking dumbass that does this with my little hair that's... I have it on the other side, too. The other side is just not, like a cowlick. I literally fucking feel like I woke up to the Hunger Games, and I'm not kidding. So, as I'm taking this impact marketing, academy, and then I ventured off into a Facebook marketing academy and all of these things, the one class is about when you're shadow banned, what do? You double down. Make more content. Tell your followers, like, we're fucking shadow banned. So 9 out of 10 people so before it used to be, we have 80,000 followers. If we'll say that 20,000 of those people have me set to see first. Right now, probably 100 of 20,000 people are actually seeing me first. Meaning you're not going to get notifications. I'm not going to be in your news feed. I'm not
Commenting that too.
constantly.
Notifications on, but they don't see your post.
They have notifications on. They're not seeing my posts because Facebook is like, so how loyal is that following? You think they love you? Well, here, let me show them another kill pin. Let me show them Yellowstone. Let me show them the 4-6s. Let me show them other Western lifestyle content. Let me show them...
We really need our followers to help us with this thing.
Right. So what we need is for everybody that's our loyal followers for the next 45 to 60 days, double down with us. We're going to create content. We're not going to slow down. We're not going to fucking let up. I even have people that say that when they click on the videos of the horses, they don't see them. So I made a list at the top of the page of all the videos we kind of did this week. So when I type JT Livestock in, the damn hate group pops up. That's how come they strategically did that. And that's fine. They can hate me all day long. This is not about them. This has nothing to do with them. That is a group of women who want to negatively discuss what we actually live on a daily basis. You don't see the Kardashians being like, the paparazzi disgust me again today. I don't care. Those people are actually paying, seriously, $240 a year to be in our subscriber group so they can see the behind the scenes content. Right now, they are currently making Brandon out to be some kind of a victim. I would have a drinking problem too. If people like that are a problem. They literally made comments about how they would have a drinking problem too if they had to put up with me every day. Okay, well, there was a lot of days that I was not here, and it is not okay.
Me too, though? Me too?
What about me?
Did I deserve it?
And I think that any of you that have ever been in a relationship with somebody that's an alcoholic, all three of us as women can tell you we tried to love Brandon for who he was. Elizabeth had to live with him, and she said, I did everything I could, Tara, to love him to the best of my ability, as a roommate, so that he felt supported, so that he felt like, hey.
I took him to family's house with me on Christmas, I did what I could for him too,
Right. She took him, right, absolutely. She took him to her family for Christmas. So, Elizabeth did a lot. Jess did a lot. None of us deserve to be verbally abused, period. And if you don't like me, that's fine. But that doesn't give you the right to take away our story. That doesn't give, like, you cannot invalidate the trauma that an alcoholic has been causing in our life just because you don't like me.
They're hypocrites because they switch their words around to where it's just manipulative.
It's manipulative.
They see our story, and then all of a sudden they have their own side of the story.
That's right.
Exactly. And
They weren't even involved. So we do have a group of women who are not even involved in anything that goes on this property, who constantly have a narrative in which they spin. And people will tell me, Tara, I want to see both sides of the story. They don't have a story. They're not here.
They see what we post and turn it.
That's right. But you don't get to invalidate these two girls' trauma. Elizabeth especially has also been to prison, so I think that she felt like with Brandon she could
bond with him.
Bond and like, okay, we can overcome our past together. But that's not it. I mean, when I tell you this person was verbally abusive, he was verbally abusive. He became physically abusive to the animals, and he was borderline physically abusive to my staff. He, on more than one occasion, thought he was going to lay hands on one of them. Well, Elizabeth had to pull her vehicle over and tell him, not fucking today. Like, I'm not the one. You are not going to lay hands on me. And he is a male. And I made a video regarding it privately for subscribers only. And they chose to record that and post it in public places. I made the video private out of just respect for Brandon. Does Brandon deserve our respect? Probably not. Do you think he deserves any respect from us after all that he's done?
Man, I want his everything to just dead. Like, I just want it gone and everything, because ever since he's been gone, the fucking vibes are better. The people smiling more. Everybody's happier. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, the type of person that I was raised to be, I wish him nothing but the best. But stay the fuck away from me.
I mean, if that's not trauma where you have two people just talking through each other, just trying to tell you as much as they can because they're like, I need to be heard. I need to be heard. And that's okay. Like, sometimes we're going to make videos regarding people, regarding facts that we feel in our life are fact. And here's the thing. He probably has his own story. He probably will blame us and say, oh, I have a drinking problem because those girls. Hell, he wrecked my tractor.
Problem all the time. It was because of me all the time. All the shit that he did was my fault.
Problem, and he gets me 24/7.
Jacob doesn't have a drinking problem and he gets me 24/7, and we've stayed sober and we fuck with her constant.
Well, my dad might have a drinking problem.
After putting up with you, yeah, no. But I will tell you that Brandon literally stole my tractor and went to the liquor store in it because Elizabeth wouldn't take him to go buy liquor because they didn't want to put up with him drunk. And then he blamed Elizabeth for stealing the tractor. He said, well, if Elizabeth would have just given me a ride to the store, you need to make her pay for the fender. Go fuck with her and Jess. They wouldn't take me to the liquor store. So it's those bitches' fault.
It goes a lot deeper than what everybody thinks.
It goes a lot deeper. Like, there were real issues. And out of respect for my friend, I didn't want to just kick him out. He had nowhere to go. But he found somewhere to go, and it was great. So we're all happy.
Yeah. Like, kudos to him.
Yeah.
Kudos.
But please do not invalidate our trauma and our experience because you feel like you don't like me, and I deserved that. I didn't deserve it. Jess didn't deserve it. Elizabeth didn't deserve it. Dara left and wouldn't come back because unfortunately she couldn't have Lane, and honestly, Raymond didn't want Clayton around Brandon. That was a lot of it. Raymond had been fighting with Dara because he didn't want the boys around Brandon. And I said, like, I'm a farm. We're big girls. We'll help him. It didn't help shit. It fucked our life up. And we're not even sleeping with him. We were just trying to help him. So I know that there's a lot of you that get it because you keep thinking like this person has great qualities. He does. The day that his light bulb turns on and he decides
to do great shit.
Yeah, the moment, that's right. I think we'll all agree that he is great. The moment the light bulb turns on and he's like, I'm not going to fucking be an alcoholic and I'm not going to talk to women like shit and say they deserve to be hit because they won't shut their fucking mouth and things like that. I mean, he's told both of these girls that women deserve to be hit because they won't shut their fucking mouth. He said that Lane and his dad hit his mom, and he said right in front, I mean, I think, were y'all there that day? He said, well, if my mom would have just kept her fucking mouth shut. Are you saying your dad, like, your dad that abused your mom is right because your mom, like, oh God, if that's the case, like, Jacob has all the green flags to beat my ass because I am a mouthy motherfucker. Do you hear me? I am like talking some shit, telling him like, fuck you, bro. I'm gonna choke you tonight when you get home. You might be bigger than me, but when you fall asleep, I'm putting the pillow over your head. Like, I'm telling you.
I tell Colton I know where you live.
I know where you live. Like, if being a mouthy person constitutes being beat, like, Jacob has green light to just whoop this ass. And Daddy, like, and here I'm like the most non-abused wife in the world that I'm like, oh, spank me. Like, and then I turn it into a joke because it's not a joke. I know that physical violence is not a joke. A man who threatens to hit a woman is not a joke. But I live with a man that if Daddy was like, bitch, I am whipping you, I would be like, oh, like here, like left cheek, right cheek, both, like, bend over, take it. So I'm just saying, like, I have never really been, my dad is like a, oh God, you okay? And then I have my husband who's on probation, so we really have not told Jacob a lot of what's going on because I'm like, oh my God, Jacob's on probation, and when I tell him like what's going on here, like I'm worried that Jacob is going to like shut the fuck out of Brandon, and like we can't have that. Like I can't have Daddy throwing down because I just can't. Like I have to protect Jacob too, so I have to be a big girl and handle business. And Brandon would always be like, I work for Jacob. And I literally would roll up my window and think, not if I told Jacob the shit you said. He would fucking beat you up. Like,
That was so daily thing. I work for Jacob. I do what Jacob says.
did you ever think to yourself, like, but when Jacob catches wind of how you treat us, like, you're in trouble?
I've thought about that time before. When he told me if anything ever happens like that again, you tell me right away. And I'm just like, Brandon, do you know how many times I could have?
It really does
I could
suck
have.
because, meeting the rest of his family and stuff, Lane's got such a good head on his shoulders, and I'm like,
And his
damn,
mama is great.
She's
Yeah.
awesome, and it sucks because all he's got to do is just grow up a
They're
little
best
bit.
friends now.
That's it.
Yeah?
That's it. If he could
Gang,
just
gang.
We Thunder Buddies for life.
Thunder
gang.
buddies. We
Gang,
can
gang.
work together, bro. What are you talking about?
What'd you say? You what?
He said we were Thunder buddies.
We what? That's snuggling. Best friend. Watching movies. Tinley's my Thunder Buddy. We watch movies all the time.
We don't fart together. What is
Oh, yeah. No, Thunder Buddies, you get under the
You
covers and
at
fart
the
together.
end, bro.
Yeah.
That is mom.
Gang, gang. Like, just get their attention. Gang, gang.
Damn it.
So, like, here's the thing. We're not making excuses for our bad behavior. We collectively are super fucked up here. Yeah.
But we're also all adults enough to know where the fuck we fuck up and acknowledge our fuck ups.
Where to
It's
draw
it's
a line.
different.
When I tell you that, like, I get about one complaint a day from people that are like, I wish y'all would watch your language. I wish Elizabeth would put a shirt on. Shit like that. And I'm like, listen.
Don't tell her that. Then she's taking everything.
For real,
Mom.
and
I'm like-
I got a sexy bra on right now.
I'm
too.
like, Petty Patty, excuse me, Petty Patty, I'm going to need you to know that what you do is you don't comment, or you just don't watch. You don't watch.
Show up for a loadout and see a little more than she wants.
Yeah. Did you hear what she said? Tell them what you said.
Petty Patty might show up for a loadout and see a little more than she wants to.
Like, so I tell people all the time, I think you're getting your ass kicked.
She's won all of them, I'm just saying.
We have like a random purse. We have a dirty butt. We're bye.
Bear's like, I'm going.
So, I don't give a fuck if my language offends you. I don't care if my Juan Valdez joke offended you on my little Cuban Mexican here. You know what is so funny to me? It's never fellow Mexicans. Like, I'm not Mexican.
I'm not Mexican either.
What are you?
I'm Puerto Rican.
Okay, so she's Puerto Rican. There you go. But it's never anybody from the Spanish culture that, like, you can roast the fuck out of Hispanic people, Mexican people, Puerto Rican people, and they will laugh their ass off.
No, my
It
mom
is
says all the
Karen's.
time. She says, I'm not a wetback, I'm a drown back. Because I came from below Mexico. I'm like, fuck yeah, mom.
So, but there will be a Karen that is like, I have thought that they needed to take Juan Valdez and that donkey off of the coffee, and you should not make a joke out of that. Because that donkey is having to support a grown man, and he is too big to be on that donkey. And I'm like, did you literally sit in your home and get so fucking...
my donkey or not?
So you're so fucking unhappy that you sit around your house and think of ways to, like, cancel a fictional character because you, a white fucking woman living in the suburbs who drives a Tahoe because your husband worked his ass off and you ain't got shit going on in your life and you have too much time on your hands, are trying to cancel a fictional character because it offended you, and now I've offended you because I mentioned his name because my little Puerto Rican here was riding a donkey?
I had so much fun yesterday.
Mama, you need a hobby.
She needs a fucking hug is what she needs.
Was like, can she not kick and whip it? I was like, the
Yeah, I
hanging
know.
over her
She
shoulder,
said, somebody
and
commented
she's
and was like,
squeezing
can she?
to hang
She was like,
on.
has that donkey not had enough? And the lead rope is literally like hanging off my shoulder,
Yeah, she
and
has
I'm swinging
the
my
leaders
legs.
hanging over.
I was
just
like,
ma'am.
Ma'am, I think that the moment that we
pat on the
start... I think the moment that we start canceling fictional characters because they've offended us, it's a problem. Aunt Jemima was a symbol, not of slavery, but of syrup. And we took her off of the syrup bottle. To me, that's more offensive to the African American culture. Like, now we can't even have a beautiful big black woman that is like fire on the front of the syrup bottle because people complained. Okay, well, why are we now taking the African American culture off of advertising? Like,
well, then we need to start taking white people statues down then.
they're trying. And somebody told me the other day, you shouldn't sage because you're not. First of all, the indigenous American people deserve to be supported by all of us. I actually am 1/4 Creek Indian. My dad's mother's father was full blood. And you only have to have 1/16 to have a card, so I have more than that. I think I'm an 1/8. Regardless, does that make sense? Like, why are we canceling and not supporting
People are just focused on all the wrong shit.
all the wrong shit? We don't give a fuck here.
No.
We don't give a fuck.
We've got
The
a
only thing
reputation.
that we have got onto Elizabeth about is she can't say the N-word, even though she was in prison, and that's normal behavior there. My 3-year-old doesn't know that she's white as fucking snow, Elizabeth, and that is a bad word. So y'all remind Elizabeth, ah! Anytime she goes, mana!
Oh, wow.
Mana!
You did it this morning to one of the
Right.
places.
Yeah.
Did I?
Yeah.
Elizabeth just has been to prison. It's normal behavior for a Puerto Rican,
We're gonna
apparently.
start telling her the
Where-
werewolf's coming for you.
The werewolf is coming. The werewolf is gonna eat you.
Alright, my house is made out of bricks.
No. My 3-year-old has no idea that she is the color of snow and that some little girl is gonna whoop the fire out of her for saying a
walk
word.
into Olive Garden. Oh, nigga.
No, that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, no, I got you, boss. I got you. I'll watch it. I'll watch it.
You have to watch it because it's not that Tinley would ever mean disrespect.
No,
It's
yeah,
just the
she's a
color of her
sponge
skin.
right now, too, though.
Right, but it's the color of her skin. It's not appropriate for a 2-foot-tall, blue-eyed, blonde girl to walk into Olive Garden and say, my... So,
Thinking she's out here being all bubbly like Elizabeth and then... oh, no.
yeah. Oh, yeah. It's okay. We just have to replace that word with something else.
How about ninja?
No,
Ninja.
she has a lisp. We just have to make sure ninja coming out of her mouth sounds like ninja.
I like pickle.
Because the other night she told me
My dude, I've gotten that.
My
that-
dude.
My dude.
My dude. We're working.
What about full? Can we teach her full? What's up, full?
Okay, you guys. So I'm not making excuses for any of our bad behavior. I'm telling you, do we deserve to be canceled? I mean, what I am going to say is that there are probably 50 times the amount of people. I might get one complaint every, honestly, I'll get one complaint every couple of days.
Hi, Riker.
We are your people. Somebody's like, people? Can she say my people, my homie? Elizabeth is like, damn. And for Elizabeth, it's hard because she's super set in her ways and she doesn't want to be told Like, I'm sure that a lot of that is just trauma. It's just ingrained into her. Like, anytime you're like, Elizabeth, we can't say that. Elizabeth is like, no. And I'm like, like, that's just,
It's just like, it's just part of my vocabulary, honestly.
But I'm saying, but you're headstrong too. Like, anytime we tell you you can't do something, we look up and there Elizabeth is doing it. So it's good for Elizabeth to, it means something to me that she's like, you know what, I won't say it because your 3-year-old shouldn't say it. Like, that's like mad respect, because I can promise you it's hard for Elizabeth to be told anything. I promise. Like, she's just not the one. Like, ugh. Like, I want to be like, these are my fellow coworkers, because the moment I try to boss these individual people around, it goes south real fast. So that's my point. Does that make sense? Like, it goes south fast if I try to be the boss. So we're coworkers. But in all genuineness, the shadow ban is not something that the haters or people who have tried to cancel us have caused. It's actually Facebook's way of trying to size up our popularity. And that is the truth. When you're over a shadow ban, one of two things happens. Either Facebook has drowned you out to where your following disappears, 1.1 million followers, and have 10 people like a post, or you explode because Facebook is like, listen, they're not going away. And if they left this platform, that following would leave our platform with them. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So Facebook is trying to decide, do you like us or do you like Facebook? And not only are they trying to decide that, but they are also giving you carrots. They're like, hey, or in my case, donuts. And they're like, hey, let me show you Lone Star Kill Pen. Let me show you Kaufman.
I've got all the faith in the world that our followers are going to do what they got to do, because I know we've got some awesome followers.
We do.
I know
but for every one person that complains, I got messages last night. I got 2 text messages. I have the receipts. I have 5 or 6 messages on this page right here. And I've got probably 2 messages on the Tara Michelle Sanders fan page of people that are like, I have severe depression in the winter, and I want you to know that I look for you to go live every day to smile.
That's awesome.
I am incarcerated, and as soon as I get my time, I bet that I probably have 1,500 people that follow us from jail, because they see Elizabeth and they just know that when they get out, there's hope, that there's normal people, a normal life for them. And they get internet time. I didn't know that. I didn't know that y'all get computer time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, because that one guy told me he's been in there 25 years and he's got 1 more year. He's up for parole. And he is hoping he can find a horse farm on the East Coast that will let him clean stalls. He's been in there 25 years. 25 years, and he watches us religiously, and Elizabeth gave him faith that somebody is going to give him the ability to have a normal life when he gets out of federal prison.
That's badass.
That's a lot.
That's
even if it's one person. That's one person. That's one person that stumbled upon our videos. She said something stupid, and at first it offended him because he was like, what's that bitch know about being in a gang? I am gang, you know? And then he realized, no, like, Elizabeth really has been to federal prison. Like, she was in the penitentiary. Elizabeth was not in county with the drunk girl that her mom and dad bought her the BMW, and, like, she's got a slap on the wrist. Like, Elizabeth was, like, locked up.
Say G4.
Yeah.
208-9322.
So she was locked up in the federal penitentiary. And so was Brandon. And here's the thing. Brandon did not put a bad taste in any of our... Does that make sense? Brandon is never going to put the bad taste in our mouth. Like, we're going to treat the next person the same as we would have with or without Brandon's disrespect and his trauma. Like, I will tell you, I've never like drove away from this place and been like, well, do I really like doing this that much? Like, I worked this hard to buy that tractor so that my staff could do jobs in a heated tractor, and he drove it to the liquor store and wrecked it, and then didn't even have the decency to say sorry. He said, fuck you, it's Elizabeth's fault because that bitch wouldn't take me to the liquor store.
Like the fence, he waited until one of us noticed it. He never said anything until
I noticed it right away.
Yeah.
I was like, so how'd you hit my fence? And he was like, he also wrecked the tractor into my fence, and we have to fix that as well. It's not going to be a hard fix, but I just need a welder. So how many times do you get to wreck? And that's the thing, is like, if you're drinking so bad that you can't even make it off my property without tearing shit up, what if he would have hit somebody in my tractor? Like, I'm not dumb. Like, what if he would have hit someone? What if he would have ran over somebody? What if he, like, it's not okay. Like, nothing about what he did was okay. It's why he's not here. It's why, but also I think we all had a little bit of fear of, like, how do we address that he has nowhere to go? But, like, you can't stay here. I think, what is it? A hobosexual? Huh? A hobosexual? A hobosexual is a guy that sleeps with a girl for a place to stay.
Oh my god.
That's a thing?
Yeah. So is that like a hobo?
I thought that was like a leech. That's what I've always called that, like a leech. Like someone who
Like,
leeches off
none of us were
somebody.
sleeping with him, but what do you call somebody that, like, basically only works for you because they need a place to stay, but they really hate all of you and they make your life hell every day? Brandon. Like, it's, so at first we really didn't want to make a big deal out of it and kind of bash, like we were going to be quiet, but then the hate group took, and that's what's sad is, this is another thing I'm going to say. If you think that I'm a monster and you want to take that video and put it out there public to make me look like a monster, are you not really the monster? Whenever I privately said, like, hey, to my subscribers that pay $20 a month to be in our subscription group, like, Brandon's not here, here's what's going on, like, does that make sense, you guys?
Yeah.
Out of respect, to just let it go away, and then you take that video and you put it out there publicly and you broadcast it to anybody that wants to see it. Who's really the disrespectful one? Like, and then they'll say you're a narcissist and you're the one that did it and now you're blaming us for your bad behavior. I feel like there are things in life that are subjective morals. It's not okay for Brandon to wreck the tractor drunk where he could have killed somebody and then blame Elizabeth because she wouldn't give him a ride in her vehicle to the liquor store. That's not okay. That's manipulation. That's a narcissist, and that's fucked up. But when I feel like my tribe deserves to know where a person goes because they're going to ask, and I'd rather it not be asked every day publicly, especially when that person's mother is here, and, you know, being his mom for 25 years, having to deal with him being locked up for the majority of that. I mean, Vera said from the time that he was old enough to get locked up, he's been in and out. So I did not want that shared for everyone. I don't want for that to follow Brandon, because there is the opportunity for him to do better. There is a chance that Brandon will leave here and realize that he had something good, he fucked it up, and he really needs to get his shit together. Will that happen? I don't know. But Dara, I think we all agree, right, that that's what we hope. We hope that Brandon leaves here and he's like, man, I had something good. I fucked it up. I really wish I wouldn't have. We do have, girl.
I just hope he gets his shit together and I don't care where it's at.
Dara said she hopes he gets his shit together and she doesn't care where it's at. But that's the thing. When I made the video private, it was because I felt like more than likely his new employers, the future employers, they're not going to see my video that you have to pay to watch. So what I didn't want is for his business to be out there public to where it could affect his future. Because I do want him to leave here and go somewhere where maybe he gets his shit together. I mean, Elizabeth, does that make sense? Because if I knew everything about Elizabeth before she came here and it was in my face, would my opinion of her changed? Because Elizabeth worked for me for about a week before I kind of knew her story. And I already felt like I knew her, I liked her. But would Desi have hired you? Because Desi hired Elizabeth, not me. I was still sick. Would Desi have hired you if a video regarding your behavior in the past followed you to the new place?
No, because as soon as she found out that I had been to prison, she was already trying to fire me.
That's right. Desi did want to fire Elizabeth as soon as she found out she had been to prison. She was like, oh my God, I didn't know. We need to start doing background checks. Like, we need to. And I addressed it that day and I said, nope, Elizabeth has been here and, like, her energy doesn't give me, like, fucked up vibes. I'm going to give her a shot. So I don't want that for Brandon. But now, turn around, it's having to be discussed public because people that don't have any business in our business have taken a private video and put it public for people to discuss. Does that make sense? Like, I hope that all of you and everybody sitting here, Jess, Elizabeth, Dara, Lane, I hope that you guys can see that I don't feel like what happened here needs to follow somebody. Like, get your shit together, man. Stop drinking. Like, be a fucking adult. You're 25. Like, I wish you well. But my followers who follow us and are extremely loyal also deserve to understand what goes like on, because they literally fall in love with individual people here. There are people that only watch me because they literally know Elizabeth's been to prison and like she is their breath of hope. Like, they can do right. They can turn their life around. They see her, Elizabeth. They see all of this glory. And they want better for themselves because of her. So when I mentioned, somebody else was like, God, could you not mention that Elizabeth is in prison? How do you think it makes her feel? Okay, but here's the thing.
I want to tell my story.
Elizabeth needs to tell her story. It's okay, maybe it's not mine to tell, but if I say it and somebody like that guy has been locked up 25 years and he's like, man, I just kept thinking when I get on the outside, he said in his message, I kept thinking, what can I do to just get back? Because I don't want to hurt anybody, but I don't know how to function outside of here. And he's like, I get parole in a year. And he's like, I wasn't excited about getting out of here. I wasn't excited about having a life. I was thinking like,
You say that because I was just talking to him about that last night, and I told him like, I've done a bunch of bad shit myself, you know, but to be able to come out here and really fuck up when I first got out, and then come out here and have this opportunity in front of me, you know, like all the accomplishments I've done, all the growth that's happened, and you know, the maturity and the humbleness that has gone on. It's just, it's amazing for me to be able to give that to at least one other person, you know.
I think it's more than just one person though. That's one person that had the balls to really say. You know what I'm saying? So if one person will say it, what really touched me is when he said, like, I didn't want to hurt anybody, but I just know that if I get out of here in a year, like, how do you tell them, like, I don't want to go, so I'm going to fuck up and do something so that they'll bring me back, because I only know how to be institutionalized. And he's like, but it made sense to him that working like a 6-7 day a week job where you work hard and it's repetition, if you've been incarcerated, you've been institutionalized, like, this is about the only thing you can do. So
that you need, though. This is the lifestyle that I need, because this is what keeps me busy enough to where I'm not going to get no shit. I have something to do every single day of the week, and I love it. Me staying busy is what's going to keep me out of trouble. So,
that's right.
You know,
it's going to keep Elizabeth away from people that are trouble. It's going to keep her away from parties. It's going to keep her away from drugs. It's going to keep her away from ever getting arrested again. Elizabeth's days of being in trouble are behind her, and it is important for people to see that. So it's not out of disrespect that I make a joke about Elizabeth being in prison. It's not a joke, but it is in a way for people to learn that you can make light of your past. Like, at this point, that's not who she is anymore, so we can laugh about the old Elizabeth, because the new Elizabeth looks back on that person and is like, fucking dumb bitch. Like, what? Yeah, like, you, like, damn, like she said before to me, like, I look back and I'm like, dumb bitch, like, what? And I can say that because we've had that conversation, and it's important for other people to know that you're not a hypocrite for changing who you are. Like, it's called imposter syndrome when you level up and you're like, I don't belong here. Like, I've been to prison, or I don't belong here because I used to not be a good person, or I don't belong here because I used to. That's not a thing. Like, it doesn't matter what you used to do. You can level up and become a new, better version of yourself. And Elizabeth knows that I preach that to her. I breathe that into her. I fill her full of, it doesn't matter what happened yesterday. We need to talk about what your goals are for tomorrow. And it's okay to look back and not even recognize the person you used to be. That's not who you are. You don't live there anymore. And I think that that's important, you guys. And I think that it's amazing for people to come here and to just be happy, to be embraced, and to not have to worry. So anyway, what we need is our loyal following to send stars. Is it Marlon? It's Marlon. We need people to send stars. We need people to, Tinley, come here. Send stars. So like, comment, follow. Make sure any of the videos of the horses that we do, please share those videos. If you see a horse on our page that you love, go to our website. Every horse has their own profile with all their information and their bail. And it's, you know, we're a business of reselling horses. that's a hard thing because social media doesn't want you to resell animals on social media. So what they did is they put a spin on it for me to where I have a creator account where I get to share all the behind the scenes here. We are a reality series. I need for you guys to share our reality series out there. I need for you guys to, if everybody will like, comment, and share, our algorithm will turn back around because Facebook wants to see how much of my following is loyal. Like, who is going to stick by me? Our goal is by December to have 1,200 people in the Wild Tribe After Hours. So I know that this is something I discussed on another video. We didn't sell any horses last week. Like, I epically failed. Like, my husband was like, nothing sold. And I'm like, no, I videoed all the horses that came in. I priced them. They're priced below fair market value. Nothing moved. And he's like, and I was like, our Facebook is shadow banned. The videos are not being seen by new potential buyers. Basically, the only people that are seeing any of our videos are my loyal followers who come here anyway. So we really need to like, comment, and share right now. If you guys start to see other kill pins or other Western lifestyle things come across your newsfeed, it's better to unadd yourself. Don't like them. Like, if you like other kill pins and you're a very loyal follower of mine right now, if you don't mind, I'm not saying to not follow them, not support them, but if you will unlike their pages and unfollow them right now, it makes Facebook realize that I am a standalone niche market, that I'm it. Like, I am what you want to see. We sold the new thoroughbred to somebody who basically we didn't make any profit. I'm boarding him and rehabbing him for free. He was a loss. I can write the loss off my taxes, but what he brought is a loss. Where's Tinley? Does Dara has Tinley in her arms? Tinley?
With Dara?
Dara. I've got to get used to, Dara is a fantastic mom and I don't have to shit myself. So, even if you guys are in other countries, if you will share my videos and be like, oh my gosh, say on there, oh my gosh, I watch all of their videos. This is the most hilarious reality content ever. They're a little spicy. They cuss a lot, but this is a great adult program if you love horses or you love like watching people's life. Like, share my videos, like share this video and be like, hey, like I follow them. I love them. They make a lot of reality content you guys should watch. Like, I would love for people that don't have anything to do with the horse industry to watch our videos and support us because I get paid for those views. And I will tell you, I got a check for $30,000 this last week from Facebook. And if it wasn't for that check, I couldn't do anything. And part of that's the Wild Tribe After Hours, 10,000 of it was. And so my staff came to me and they're like, hey, we didn't move any horses this week. Like, I know that's got to stress you out. Like, hey, boss, if you need to not pay us for 1 week. And I'm like, no, I have the money to pay you. And they're like, okay, because like we're not stupid. Like, so we talk about people that are like, oh, the moment things get kind of tough or we have a bad week, like your staff is looking for a new job. Like, that was Brandon. And we didn't sell any horses for a week, and it was kind of a blessing because I think my staff discussed it behind my back a little bit. And Jess and Elizabeth were like, okay, what can we do to help? And Brandon was like, fuck that, I'm out. You know, I don't really know. I know that he lied to me about the situation. He lied to me about where he was going, and he went to work for my competition, which is fine. Like, it's fine. It's not a problem. Obviously, we kind of felt like, okay. Do you know what I mean? Like, we had really gotten hard on Brandon anyway, and I had really talked to him pretty shitty. Like, I'll be the first one to tell you. I actually threatened to have him arrested last week. Elizabeth and Jess were like, do it. You need to call the police. And I didn't because of Dara. I maybe should have. And I think that was like the icing on the cake. And then when Jess and Elizabeth were like, hey, you know, I think that we're going to talk to Tara about not, you know, like, they're willing to not be paid for a week if it will help us out to stay open. And I told them, because of the Facebook monetization, I don't have to worry. Like, because of that Facebook check, I can cover the overhead here without selling the horses. Now, my husband can't stay in business if we're not selling horses. His operating capital is in these horses. So what Jacob bought a load of horses yesterday, and those horses went directly to slaughter. Your daughter's next unicorn might have been in that load, and that's what I think at night. Dara and Elizabeth didn't sleep last night because that's all they could think about is the horses that came here are not all of them. Half the load was split off for slaughter, and there were horses picked up from here that went to slaughter. And they didn't sell. And it's hard for me to have that fine line between, like, I don't want to put ship dates on horses and pull at people's heartstrings. That's another thing that I need for you guys to understand is I don't want to be one of those people that the only reason you buy a horse from me is because it was going to die. And in the same breath, when it comes down to horses getting really close to shipping, there's about 6 horses we're fixing to do here shortly. Those 6 or 7 horses, they leave on the next load. Jacob was full this load, and he's going to blend them into the next load of horses that go. And I don't really know what else to do other than today. I think we're going to make some videos for those horses that are like their last chance. Just remember, if a horse has SOS on that list, they have a ship date. And we didn't put the horses that were from the previous loads because some of them shipped. I wasn't sure what they picked up last night. I do need to make an assessment this morning or this afternoon of who's here, who's not here, of unsold horses. And we do have half a load. Like, they brought half the load of horses here, so we're gonna go through those horses, but not until we make a ship list. So there's a lot. Like, I have also a newfound size. Like, we have leveled up, and now I need to be more organized and be able to explain things better. Like, these horses ship to slaughter, these horses don't. These horses go on this date. That horse doesn't have a ship date. All while creating content that's not about slaughter so that people have something to watch that they enjoy, because we really want for people to feel good. So my workers are fantastic, but our goal is to have 1,200 people in the Wild Tribe after hours. We're at 500 now, so we need to get 700 more people to join that group at $20 a month. And I would like to give all of my staff a raise. I would like to give them a raise. I would like for all of them to be able to independently live in their own home. Right now they make enough they probably could move off the farm and have their, but you know, I don't think Elizabeth wants to. I think Elizabeth would probably stay, but like Dara and Lane, I'd like for them to be able to have some privacy. Lane can go to school. I would really like, you know, to be better to my staff because they are fantastic. So that's a little bit of it is I don't want to pull at people's heartstrings and make them buy horses they wouldn't have bought otherwise, because I fear for that. But in the same breath, I can't pretend that the horses aren't going to slaughter. And so anyway, today is going to be just a day of reflection. There's a list at the top of the page. If you click off of this video when we're done, click on the JT Livestock name. There is a pinned post at the very top. So the way I tell people, $20 is less than $1 a day. And while I understand some people are like, I really can't afford $20, it's also a lot of people that probably can, and you have to prioritize. And if it's something that you want to prioritize in your life, we love you and thank you for that. But in the same breath, like, if it's something you can't afford, that's okay. You can still watch my videos, share my content, like my videos, comment on my videos. There's a million things you can still do, even if it's not monetary wise. So we appreciate everybody. We appreciate Star Senders, but we really do have a big goal, because if we can get 1,200 people in the Wild Tribe after hours, that money could give all of my staff a little bit more of a raise. It could definitely provide more for the horses. It could definitely provide a lot. There's a lot. I mean, I can think of a million things off the top of my head that it can provide. So my property, you know, we go through about 41 round bells a week, and we're going through 100 square bells a week. So the square bells cost us about $8 right now, $7.50. And then on top of it, the round bells are $75. So $75 times 41 is what the hay cost me. Plus, you know, we're paying $7.50 a week in square bells, and then our feed bill is about right at $3,500 a week right now. Our feed bill is $3,500 a week. for great. 1 ton of feed is $750, $780. And $780, and we're feeding 4 to 5 tons. So you guys can figure that out. So anyway, there's just a lot to wrap our heads around. But please like, comment, share. Please make sure that you like, comment, share all the videos. Share videos like this and encourage people to get to know us. Encourage people that maybe don't know about us, that aren't horse people, to watch our bullshit that goes on here. We're gonna, once we get Marlin loaded out, they're loading a donkey right now. Oh, wipe out! She said, I'm okay. I'm okay. I love you, beautiful, sweet girl. No, Tabitha, you just have to get on there and subscribe, and it just takes it out every month. Yeah, Facebook will do this to people. Facebook will do this to people that have 1 million followers because they want to see. And I can show you guys tonight when I get home what it says, like in my back office, like in the backside. Facebook likes authentic content, and it likes for people to have a loyal following. They have no way of determining what my loyal following is without shadow banning me. They have no way of determining that. So when they shadow ban you, like, I'm getting 293 views on a weekday video. Shadow banned. That's huge. 300 views. So, yeah, I mean, this is great. But we have to, we don't live anywhere that there's Amish or Mennonite, and they get the same for their hay. Hay is high everywhere. So, anyway, it's not a bad thing. It's okay. Like, we're going to be fine. We just have to persevere. We also have to make sure that my content is getting shared out there in a non-organic way, which means you guys really have to pump up the sharing. Make sure you like and share as many videos as you can. And when you share them, don't just hit share. Facebook likes videos where you write something. So when you hit the share button, there's the option for you to like write a little sentence and just be like, oh my gosh, I watch all of their videos. They're hilarious. And not that I want you guys to spam your friends and flood your Facebook newsfeed with my content, but it would really help. And there are people that are going to be pissed about this. I can already hear it in the back of my head, the negativity, she's, asking her following to do, to do this, to do that. And I'm like, well, I mean, that's how we grow. And there's lots of people that love to watch us. There's lots of people that this is what they do. They wait for us to go live to have entertainment. And if you really value us and you appreciate it, I need some help right now. But we're fixing to evaluate the unsold horses, the ones that have ship days. And so there's new videos of them, and I'm going to do them on both the Tara Michelle Sanders page and this page so that they're seen more. Please don't forget that on killpinhorses.com you can go and see basically an entire list of everything. They don't get a say, Laura. And just remember, you can't cancel a bitch that doesn't care what the fuck you think. Like, I stand solid in my beliefs that I'm here for the horses and my staff. I change lives. I don't give a fuck. You might not like me. You might not like my policies. But you know what? If you read my buyer's guide, you don't like my policies, don't fucking buy from me. And if you don't like my language and you don't like the things I say, don't watch my videos. So, it is what it is. Little person, come get your flag. Dara, she'll wear you out, won't she? Jacob some days is like, why are you so tired? You just went to the farm. Yeah. Did you tell him that you've had...
We have watered, and we have raised, and we have toyed.
Oh, I know. She is. Whenever Beaver... Is he done with Beaver? Did Beaver already go back?
I haven't taken him back.
Just put him in a stall. We need to start riding him. We need to start riding him every day. We might. You might not, but she does. She said, who's we? 'Cause Yeah, if he's done with him, you can put him in a stall. I love you. We have a Facebook fundraiser right now that's for vet bills. If you would like to donate, please donate directly to that Facebook fundraiser. So I would really appreciate it. And all right, you guys, we're headed down here to say hi to Marlon. You need me to help y'all? Let me buy. Hi. Hi, Donk. It only took 9,000 hours to explain the board bill. That's all right. Hey, Tinley! We need Tinley's flag. All right, you guys, we're going to load this little donkey. See, Marlon has it set up to where he's got full petitions, so he can haul stuff like this easy. And then those are the new horses that have come in. And we'll be back. Bye, you guys.